everybody, welcome back to the Chaotic Little Book Corner. My name's Acacia. Today we're going to be doing a buy, borrow, or bargain book talk. So I have, I think, 6 or 7 books here that I want to talk to you about, whether they're worth buying full price, bargaining, shopping, or borrowing from the library. I've got a couple of different variations and definitely a couple of books that I really enjoyed and a couple of them that I wasn't so thrilled with. So let's dive in. I'm excited. The first one is a definite buy, and you can buy it in paperback, you can buy it in hardcover. I really think it's worth either way. I actually went out and bought a signed edition because I love this book so much. So I actually own 2 copies of it. Maybe 3, because I think it was in a subscription box as well. I think I might own 3 copies. So I've bought this book 3 times and I regret nothing. So I would say that this is a definite buy. Pick it up if you get a chance. It is wonderful. It is Hunger by Roxane Gay. It is a memoir talking about her experience as a woman who is overweight in a society that really kind of hates on people that are overweight, as well as her experience after her sexual assault as a child. It is wonderful, amazing, dark, and epic. I definitely recommend it. Then we have Unmentionable by Therese O'Neill. This one, I could go a couple of different ways with this one. So for me, I loved it. It was 5 stars. I would buy it again happily. It is now out in paperback, which makes it cheaper. So already I would recommend buying it if you like information about history. That would be my big thing. If you're not a history person, this might be a borrow, just because I think it's good information and it really puts being a female into perspective as far as what we go through now in our current day and age versus what we went through in the Victorian day and age. It's a very vast difference, and I think everyone should read this for perspective on privilege. But I definitely would say if you're interested in getting more history out of it, then this is a buy, auto buy. But if you're just interested in getting a little bit of information about the difference between time periods, then this is a borrow. But overall, I would buy it. I would buy it again, and I would buy it for people. Then we have Pachako. So I read Pachako as a buddy read with several booktubers, and I didn't love it. And the more I'm away from it, the more I dislike it. And it is so hyped and so loved and so adored by so many people. And I just didn't love it. I didn't like it. I didn't love it at all. I would borrow this one. I wouldn't even bargain it. I would say I wouldn't read it again. I wouldn't. I have it on my shelf because I want to have it on my shelf as something that I've read, and because I believe that there will be times when tags will come up that I will have to talk about a hyped book that I didn't like, and this would be it. But in general, I didn't love it, and it may not keep a place on my shelf for the rest of my life because it just wasn't for me. So I would recommend borrowing this one. I would recommend borrowing it from a library or from a friend. I wouldn't recommend going out and buying this one, even in a bargain situation. I bought it full price. I regret it, and I wish I hadn't. So yeah. The buddy read was fun. It was a good buddy read, and I got more out of it than I would have if I read it on my own, but still didn't settle it with me very well. This is a new release. This is Heartbreaker, a novel by Claudia Day. I am super in love with this book. However, do I think it's worth the hardcover price? No. This is not one that I would rush to for hardcover. I really enjoyed it. It's 5 stars, one of my favorite books of the year. Definitely high praise. I'm glad I bought it in hardcover, but would I say it's absolutely a must buy in hardcover? No. You can either wait till this comes out in paperback or bargain hunt this. This is not an automatic buy for me as far as a hardcover goes. I would say that for me, this is good, it's solid, and it's really interesting, and it definitely touches on cults, which I really love. But for somebody who isn't interested in cults, this is not even worth reading. It's just... I really loved it, but it would be a borrow or bargain for me. It would not be... I mean, if you want to wait till it comes out in paperback and pick it up in paperback, I would definitely recommend that first. But if you're looking for it now, I would say bargain or borrow, if you're determined to read it at this point when it's just been released. Then we have Red Clocks by Lenny Zumas. I adore this book so much so that I bought a signed copy. I was sent this as an ARC in 2017, I believe. I think this was published in 2018, which would mean that it's... Yes. So I was sent this in 2017. It was one of my favorite books of 2017. I recommended you buy it on pre-order. If you haven't picked it up yet, I really wish you would. This is amazing. It's absolutely epic. It's really, really close to home right now, though. So be aware of that. This is really discussing the subject of women's bodies and what the government does to women's bodies, which is really hard to read at the moment because we're getting so close to some very dangerous territory. But this really talks about the fight and the worthwhile time and the push and the drive and women, and it's really wonderful. So I would buy this one. I would buy it in hardcover. I would buy it in paperback. I would just buy it. Automatically, I would buy it. I love this book, and I definitely would recommend it. And then our last one is Crudo by Olivia Lang. I would borrow or bargain this one. I was really excited for it, and I picked it up in hardcover brand new right when it launched. I don't regret it, and I don't feel that it was a mistake, but if I had it to do over again and I knew more about the style of writing and more about the subject matter, I would probably bargain hunt this or borrow it. Or at least wait for it to come out in paperback. Like, I wasn't thrilled. It was really experimental. It was really different. It was definitely of the time. It's of the now. So if you want to read it, now is the time. It won't feel as important later. But it's definitely a valuable book to read. It's just maybe not worth picking up in hardcover. So I'd give it a little bit of time before you go out and buy this, unless you see it in hardcover for a bargain, in which case I would pick it up. So those are my books that I wanted to talk about today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you loved it, click that subscribe button down below. If you are having trouble seeing my posts, go ahead and click that little bell down below. That'll give you notifications when I post, and I hope to talk to you in the comments. I'll see you in my next video. Bye!